17-year-old boy will appear in court charged with the murder of 15-year-old Elianne Andam in Croydon. The teenager, who cannot be named for legal reasons, is due to appear at youth court sitting at Croydon Magistrates Court today, and he's been charged with murder and possession of a knife.
Let's get some more on the news that's broken in the last half hour. A 17-year-old boy has been charged with the murder of 15-year-old Elianne Andam, who was stabbed to death in Croydon in South London on Wednesday. Dan Wiggins is senior reporter for My London. Good morning, Dan.
Morning.
Just bring us up to speed with what the Met Police have said.
Yeah, so the statement the Met put out about half an hour ago, it said a 17-year-old boy will appear in court charged with the murder of 15-year-old Elianne Andam in Croydon. The teenager, who cannot be named for legal reasons, is due to appear at youth court sitting at Croydon Magistrates Court today, and he's been charged with murder and possession of a knife.
And just remind us, Dan, what we know about what happened to Elianne.
So what we know so far, really, from the police is that at 8:30 on Wednesday, Elianne got off a bus on Wellesley Road, just outside the Whitgift Centre in Croydon, and she was attacked by this, or allegedly attacked by this 17-year-old boy, and paramedics, police all rushed to the scene. Obviously, there was a lot of other children around, so quite an upsetting scene. And despite the efforts of paramedics and police, Elianne passed away there at the scene at 9:21 a.m. And then around 75 minutes after the attack, the 17-year-old boy was arrested, and obviously today has been charged.
There's a photo of Elianne on the front page of the Times this morning. A vigil was held yesterday, Dan. What has been the reaction in the community?
Obviously, it's incredibly distressing, felt most acutely in Croydon. Yesterday, we saw members of the public, leaders from the religious community in Croydon, as well as leaders from the Safer Neighbourhoods initiative, all coming together outside the Whitgift Centre, just 30 metres down the road from the scene where the police cordon has been set up. And prior to that as well, we saw first responders placing flowers and holding a minute's silence in the same location, and some police officers, at least one police officer, actually visibly in tears at the scene. But the vigil last night saw, as well as those community leaders, the family made their first visit to the scene a little later on, and they were seen stood next to the bus, which is still there on the scene, and they were joined by the Bishop of Croydon, Rosemary Mallet, who later read a statement on their behalf to the press gathered there, which said how the family said their hearts are broken at the loss of their beautiful daughter and beloved sister. They thanked those who'd sent messages of support and condolence in the last few days, and they also asked for privacy as they came to terms with the devastating loss of Elianne.
Dan, really appreciate the update. Thank you so much. That's Dan Wiggins, senior reporter for My London. A 17-year-old boy has now been charged with the murder of 15-year-old Elianne Andam, who was stabbed to death in Croydon in South London on Wednesday. He will appear in Magistrates Court later today.